The full-size market is already flooded with tested and tried options, such as the Glock 17, for example. But if you're looking for the absolute best, then there are certain new options that I recommend you check out. What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ted from Line45, and today I am going to give you a rundown of my latest picks for the best full-size pistols for 2025. Before anything else, let me do this quick plug. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, all the buttons that you can see below. Don't forget to leave a comment, too. I know it feels like a hassle, but those things help my channel a lot. Now let's get back to the good stuff. Springfield Armory Echelon 4.5 F Comp. Alright, I got you. It's time for me to talk more about the Springfield Armory Echelon 4.5 F Comp. Honestly, I figured that this gun would excite me right at the onset, and it turned out that I was right. This full-size pistol successfully broke into an already crowded market. It's built differently, as Springfield didn't just slap some features together. The company actually put some thought into making this a practical and well-rounded firearm. Let's start with what makes this gun stand out, which is its integral compensator. Springfield integrated a single-port compensator directly into the hammer-forged slide and barrel. What that means for you is that this gun yields less muzzle rise and way faster follow-throughs. Basically, you will not be fighting the gun to stay on target, which makes it a more proficient choice for a full-size handgun, especially when you're into running through drills or dumping a mag at the range. Plus, that 4.5-inch barrel I mentioned is treated with a melanite finish, so don't make the mistake of thinking that this barrel is some fragile metal. Instead, it's durable and resistant to corrosion. You can run this thing hard without worrying about it getting beat up. Now, I gotta give Springfield credit for the variable interface system they slapped on this thing. It's an optics-ready setup that lets you mount over 30 different red dot optics minus the need for adapter plates. Yeah, you heard that right. No more fiddling with plates to get your optic to fit. You just toss in whatever red dot you want, and you're good. Whether you're throwing on a Trijicon, Holosun, or whatever you're into, the variable interface system of the Echelon 4.5 F Comp is going to work. I have zero complaints about its ergonomics and handling. The polymer frame has a medium grip module that just feels right in your hand. It's not too chunky but not too slim either. It also has a 1.2-inch grip width, so you get a solid purchase without it feeling like you're gripping a brick. You're looking at 17+1 capacity with the flush-fit mag, but if you want a little more firepower, the extended mag bumps that up to 20 rounds. And they've got 15-round and 10-round versions if you're stuck dealing with capacity restrictions. The sights are solid, too. The tritium/luminescent front sight paired with a tactical rack U-dot rear sight. Kimber 2K11. When Kimber rolled out the 2K11, I was pretty intrigued. A double-stack 1911 from Kimber? That's not something we haven't seen yet. So, I really tried earnestly to get my hands on one. And let me tell you, this 1911 is just stunning. Kimber knows how to make 1911, but the way they constructed the 2K11 proves that they can still crank their products to a notch. The 2K11 features a 7750 aluminum alloy grip module with a Type 3 hard anodizing, which is mated to a CNC machined stainless steel subframe that's DLC coated. This combination doesn't just make the pistol insanely rugged, but also keeps the weight-strike balance between manageability and heft. At 40.9 ounces, it feels solid without being a burden on your hip. The 5-inch fluted ramped barrel with a high-polished Coyote PVD finish is a nice touch, while the bushingless design simplifies its maintenance. Plus, the patent-pending toolless guide rod makes its disassembly a breeze. It's a loaded gun in terms of firepower. You see, the 2K11 is available in both 9mm and 45 ACP variants. In 9mm, you're looking at a 20+1 round capacity, and in 45 ACP, it's a 13+1 round. By all means, these numbers tell that the gun offers a lot of firepower for a 1911 platform. Now, its aluminum grip module is designed for superior magazine fit and control, while the Stanchen Customs mag well ensures quick and smooth reloads. As expected, the 2K11 follows the modern trend of having an accessory rail on its assembly, and that means that you have a solid platform for mounting lights or lasers, giving you versatility for different shooting scenarios. The GT match grade trigger is another standout feature of the 2K11. With a 3 to 4 pound pull, it's downright crisp and clean, and these qualities make the difference in precision shooting. And yes, its tag custom fiber lock front sight and the optics ready slide, which is compatible with Trijicon and Holosun optics, mean you're ready to go right out of the box, whether you prefer iron sights or a red dot. Smith & Wesson Spec Series 5M and P9 Metal HD. The M&P9 Metal HD Spec Series 5 is simply a prolific full-size pistol. I knew Smith & Wesson wasn't playing around when they made this gun. I mean, they took the classic M&P platform and gave it a serious glow-up with a full metal frame. And let me tell you that this one feels a lot better than any polymer M&P pistols you've held. It's rock solid, thanks to its all-metal design, and it also has some weight to it. It is about 37 ounces or so, which, yeah, sounds heavy, but honestly, that's what makes it such a smooth shooter. I can really feel how that extra heft just soaks up recoil, keeping the muzzle down and letting you stay on target. Plus, the finish on it, blue PVD, looks pretty badass while also giving it a good layer of protection from wear and tear. Size-wise, it's full-sized for sure. It's about 8.75 inches long, 5.81 inches tall, and 1.67 inches wide. It's definitely not some dainty little carry piece, but something that's within the range or duty territory. It comes with a longer 4.875-inch barrel that gives you a bit more accuracy and velocity. Needless to say, the barrel is threaded so it's a straight-up clutch for running a suppressor or compensator. Speaking of compensators, this thing comes stock with a Strike Industries compensator already attached, and personally, I see this feature as the gun's most defining capability. I can definitely tell it makes a difference with muzzle rise, keeps the shots flatter and faster, and it just feels a lot more controlled compared to other full-sized 9mm I've shot. Now, the trigger is nothing short of ordinary either. Smith & Wesson went with a flat-faced aluminum trigger on the Series 5, and I can say that it's smooth as a sliding glass. It has a pretty short take-up with a clean, crisp break, and the rest is right there. It's quite quick and tactile. You're not going to be fighting with any mush or creep, that's what I am certain of. It's a huge upgrade from the trigger of standard polymer M&Ps. They also didn't skimp on the grip texture. It has just enough bite to keep it locked in your hand without shredding your skin. Plus, that steel mag well makes reloads stupid fast. Just slap its 23-round mag in, and it funnels right where it needs to go. CZ Shadow 2 Target. I gotta say, I didn't think CZ could still top the original Shadow 2, but they really outdid themselves with this one. The Shadow 2 Target isn't just a competition pistol that looks good on paper. It's an absolute unit on the range and practically begs to be shot. The CZ Shadow 2 Target is designed specifically for bullseye shooting, so it's not your typical competition pistol. They built it from the ground up for bullseye shooters, or those folks who value one-hole accuracy over speed. The first thing that hits you is the weight. This thing is hefty, as tipped the scales at about 46.5 ounces unloaded due to its all-steel construction. You might think that sounds excessive, but trust me, it's all part of what makes the Shadow 2 Target. That all-steel frame paired with either a 5-inch or 6-inch cold hammer-forged barrel and low-bore axis means the gun barely moves when you shoot it. In the hands of trained shooters, its recoil is practically non-existent. It can literally let you rip through its 17-round mag and still keep your sights steady. Plus, the weight helps soak up any snap from hotter 9mm loads, making follow-up shots stupidly easy. It's like using the gun itself is a form of cheating. The trigger is where this thing really shines. Out of the box, it's one of the best factory triggers you're going to find on a production pistol. Yes, despite its assembly, the Shadow 2 Target is a not custom pistol, but it really sits at the border. Anyway, its double-action pull is around 8 to 9 pounds and is smooth, consistent, and has no grit to speak of. Switch to single action, and it drops to about 3 to 4 pounds with an insanely crisp break. I can barely notice any travel, and the rest is so short, it's almost dismissible. You're not going to find yourself yanking shots with this thing, and it shows. Now let's talk ergonomics, because that's another area where the Shadow 2 Target just nails it. It's easy to notice that CZ kept that classic high beaver tail and undercut trigger guard, which means that it should let you choke up on the grip for maximum control. The checkering on the custom G10 grip panels is just aggressive enough, but without being too rough, so it does give you a confident hold even if your hands are sweaty. The extended mag release is also oversized, which makes reloads quick and effortless. even under pressure. One thing I really appreciate is how competition-ready this thing is right out of the box. You're getting LPA target sights and a fully adjustable rear, and these sights are so good that you don't have to swap things out anymore. Just load it up and hit the range. The slide has deep front and rear serrations that make manipulation easy, and the overall fit and finish are flawless, as you'd expect from CZ. Staccato HDP 4.5 2011. When Staccato dropped the HDP for 2011, I wasn't sure what to expect. Don't get me wrong, I really love Staccato guns. But man, Staccato already has a lot of awesome pistols, so how do you top what is already considered superior? Well, it turned out they knew exactly what they were doing because this thing is an absolute beast. It's built to handle pretty much anything, so it's a good pick for running it hard at the range or for more practical applications such as in duty and defensive situations. And yes, this is a full-size pistol, but man, it's balanced enough that you don't feel like you're lugging around a brick. Staccato really knocked it out of the park with this one. First off, let's talk about its grip. Staccato redesigned it to be slimmer and way more comfortable than some of their older models. It has a near-perfect texture that gives you a grippy purchase without feeling like your hands are being bruised by sandpaper. I've got medium-sized hands and it fits me like a glove, but honestly, this gun should feel good, regardless of your grip size. Plus, they made it compatible with Glock pattern magazines, which is huge. No more hunting down hard-to-find mags or paying a fortune for them. You simply have to grab some Glock mags, and you're set. It comes with two 18-round steel mags out of the box too, and they're heat-treated with a low-friction coating, so by far feeding these mags has been buttery smooth. Now, the barrel setup on the HDP4 is where things get really interesting. It's rocking a 4.5-inch bull barrel, and that means a lot for its recoil management. The extra weight up front keeps the muzzle rising down, so follow-up shots are a breeze. It's not just about adding weight, though, as the way they designed the recoil system really makes it shoot like a dream. I don't feel that sharp snap like with some other full-size pistols. Instead, it's more of a smooth push, which means you can really get back on target faster. That's huge whether you're running drills or counting on it to save your skin. Of course, Staccato didn't skimp on optics readiness either. The P4 has an integrated optics system that makes mounting a red dot super easy. It doesn't need clunky adapter plates. It's low profile too, so it doesn't look like an afterthought. The rear sight sits ahead of the optic, which keeps your sight picture clean if you're running both irons and a red dot. And speaking of sights, they're high visibility, drift adjustable, and honestly, they're just plain easy to pick up. Safety-wise, it's got an active firing pin block, so you're not worrying about accidental discharges. It only goes bang when you want it to.